Good evening, City Council members. My name is Mona Lucia, and I live at 111 Sherwood, Warner Robins. And I'm here today to bring awareness on the devastating impact of the ICE detainments on families in our community. While the headlines often reduce these incidents to mere statistics, the truth is these are deeply human stories with real lasting consequences. I'd like to share the story of someone I know personally. Her name is Cassandra, a woman living here in Houston County whose life was upended when ICE came to her door. Her family was enjoying a peaceful evening, trying to have dinner when they came for her ex-husband, citing issues with his citizenship. The arrest wasn't just an ordeal for him. It was a traumatic event for the entire family. Her 21-year-old son, who was autistic, was completely shaken. Her 12-year-old son was terrified as officers stormed their home, disrupting their lives in a way that no child should have to experience. To make matters worse, after the arrest, they would not even let her speak to him or see him, and it's been 3 weeks. He has very serious health issues that she is in charge of, and they are not working in coordination with her to make sure his health is okay. She's now trying to take care of her family. She has 5 kids. She has exhausted her savings and now has to move out due to this isolated incident. Can you imagine the lasting emotional scars this family carries? This is not just an isolated incident. These raids and detainments are tearing families apart, often without consideration of the mental, emotional, and physical harm inflicted on innocent bystanders, particularly the children. This is not just a policy issue. This is a human rights issue. The Hispanics are a big part of this county. They make up the backbone. As a community, we cannot stand idly by while families are traumatized in the name of immigration enforcement. We need humane solutions, one that respect the dignity of every individual and prioritize the well-being of our community as a whole. I urge this county and this council to stand with families like Cassandra's and push for greater accountability and reform. Our community deserves better. If anybody would like to help, I do have Cassandra's GoFundMe. Thank you.
Now, Ms. Marcia, this next gentleman, this is Mike Jones from Controversial Conversation. He's been an activist in the community for a while, and he just released protest poetry on Spotify. But I'm going to have to connect you with him, but I want you to really hear what he has to say because he slams it home in my opinion.
Thank you, Ms. Lucia.
Michael Jones, 6080 Lakeview Road. Good evening, Mayor, council members. Y'all know I've been a vocal and active supporter of this administration. I've highlighted the positive things you've done in the city because I believe in getting credit where it's due. And that's exactly why I have to hold you accountable when you overstep. And let's be clear, Rolling Thunder Protocol was not about public safety. It was an overreach, an abuse of power, and a blatant scare tactic meant to intimidate the people of this city into compliance. And that is not leadership, that is not governance, that is fear-mongering. We know crime is down, and we know there are better ways to invest in public safety, yet instead of supporting real solutions like community programs, better infrastructure, and economic opportunities, you double down on over-surveillance and intimidation tactics. Let's talk about Breckenridge. Over 30 police officers and squad cars strategically placed around a heavily Hispanic neighborhood. Y'all really thought we wouldn't notice the attempted ICE-style intimidation? You claim to be protecting citizens, yet you're extorting them with these tactics. And let's be real, you've been silent on the video that we have all seen. We know what happened, so tell me, why hasn't a single one of you addressed it? Since you claim this is about bad driving and public safety, I need real data. I want to see records of residents that show the increase in reckless driving is unique to Warner Robins and not Perry or Centerville, because as it stands, the justification for heat funding looks a whole lot like a way to expand policing and revenue generation rather than actual traffic safety. So here's a real way forward. If you want to make Warner Robins safer, you don't need Rolling Thunder. You can make Warner Robins more walkable and accessible because safer streets come from better sidewalks, street lighting, crosswalks, and bike lanes. And when people feel comfortable walking in their neighborhoods, that's when crime drops. And you could use heat funding to fix the streets and not over-police them. Because you claim traffic safety is an issue, you could use that grant money to improve traffic lights, fix dangerous intersections, because bad driving doesn't need more surveillance, it needs better infrastructure. And you can invest in the community programs and not fear tactics. If crime reduction is really the goal, then we do need to invest in job training, youth programs, and mental health support, and create economic opportunities in the very neighborhoods that you're targeting with this heavy police presence. And we could form a public safety oversight committee. We need an independent civilian-led committee to review operations like Rolling Thunder and ensure transparency and accountability. If y'all believe in these tactics, you shouldn't be afraid of oversight. So here's the deal. You have 72 hours to let me know when each one of you and the police chief will be coming on to controversial conversation to defend your position. I'm going to give you a chance for accountability. If the goal is to make Warner Robins safer, the solutions are here: community-driven, effective, and humane. But if the goal is to intimidate, surveil, and control, then rolling thunder is the path you'll stick with. The choice is yours, but know this: the community is watching, and we're ready to lead where you won't. We're done playing politics with people's lives. And no matter what, we will continue to demand levels of accountability and full transparency. So I'll see you soon. You know my name. You know where to find me. We can have that conversation, or we'll get the records and we'll have it for you. Peace.